Hey y'all, I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to give y'all my honest review and opinion of the movie A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Okay, I'm just gonna start this off like this. So, first and foremost, the movie, I did not know that it was a Martin Lawrence production. Like he wrote the movie or came up with a screenplay idea. It was produced by like his production company and all that stuff. So that I did not know. I just thought he was starring in the movie. I didn't know that the movie was like his idea and everything like that. So that's actually dope. So kudos to Martin Lawrence for that, because that's cool as hell. Like, who knew this man could come up with a concept, had a whole production team, you know, all this stuff. So, okay, go ahead, Martin Lawrence. I see you. But before I get into my critique of the storyline and the story and all that stuff, I just want to point out a few things that I noticed. I literally just finished watching this movie like probably 5 minutes ago. So this is all fresh on my head. Bear with me. So watching a movie, when the movie comes on, I'm very, very distracted by the fact that in certain scenes, Martin has like a swole eye, like a blood vessel was popped in his eye, like he just looked like he just got beat up. Mind you, it's not no fight scene in this movie at this point. So it's like, why he all beat up and bruised up? And then in certain scenes, it really looked like this man is just like on cloud 9, like high, out of this world, just like, and it's distracting me from the actual movie. Like his face and stuff not beat up in every scene, but it's certain scenes. So it's like they shot these scenes on certain days, and then in certain scenes he looked really, really high under the influence. So it's like I guess they shot those scenes on a certain day. I don't know. It was distracting. So it was like taking me away from the actual movie, what was going on. So I was just like, what? Come on now, Martin. This your whole production. You supposed to come, be professional, put on this whole show, shut it down. That's what once I realized it was his production, I'm like, oh, he about to kill the game. Because, man, y'all, I've seen this movie before, but I have not watched it and paid attention to it for real. Like, I watched it as a younger adult. I'm a young adult, but a younger adult, like maybe 3 years ago or something in undergrad. So I didn't really, watch the movie and pay attention to it. So me watching it now with a fresher mind and like a new outlook on life, I'm just like, Martin, what is you doing? Like, I was actually able to pay attention to him, the actor. Like, he looked out of it in some scenes, just like, y'all was okay with producing this movie with him like this, but okay. I'm going to say this at the start of me going into the plot and everything of this movie. Like, I really want to know, is this movie supposed to be a comedy or a serious movie? Because he is a comedian and he cracks jokes throughout the movie, but like, I want to know, are we supposed to take this serious? Like, the events that are happening, like, it was very comical in a way. Like, it was kind of like a parody or something, like, I feel like, but not supposed to be. Like, let me look up and see what they say this movie was supposed to be. Like, how did they categorize this movie? I'm going to look at it right now. Okay, so they have it categorized as a comedy / comedy drama. And it came out in 1996. Woo woo. If you know, that's the best year ever, because the I was created. So this movie is 24 years old. Wow. Okay. But it's okay. Okay, so I guess it's not supposed to be taken seriously to a T. So, okay, I'll give them that, because I'm looking at this like, are we supposed to take this serious? Because, what? Okay, let's get into it. Off bat, the storyline is kind of weak. Like, so the storyline is that the main character, whose name is Darnell, who Martin plays, Darnell is supposed to be this big ladies man. He got ladies all over, women that work at the cleaners, women that work at the beauty salon. He got a single mama. He got all the ladies. He's a ladies man. So that's what his character is in this movie. He's a ladies man, and he come across as this woman named Brandy, who is played by Lynn Whitfield. And when he meets Lynn Whitfield, he pretty much, oh, she a fine woman. His friends like, oh, I bet you can't bag her, all this stuff. So they make a bet that he bets that he can't bag her. And the friend was like, you gonna have to tell her you love her to bag her. And he's like, you know, that's the rule #1 of the game. You never tell them you love them. You don't do that. So this whole time, she shut him down, acting like she wasn't interested. I would say that she did come to the club, so that kind of insinuated like, oh, I was interested in you a little bit. So she was kind of playing like the cat and mouse game, but more so, he put in way more effort than needed to be. The girl dismissed you at first, so you should have just, you know, let it go. He wanted to be trying to be too invested to uphold this bet, and was kind of acting a little stalkerish, if you ask me. Like, she came to the club, stormed out the club, so he take down her license plate number, looks her up, find out where she works, come to her job with flowers, gets put out of there, and then he books, so she's a real estate agent, so he books like a showing for this very expensive house, acting like he got money and all of this stuff. And she like, can you even afford this? He like, yeah, of course I can. Woo, woo, woo. Lying this whole time. She shows him the house, and then this is where you see her get like kind of like weakened for him, like she like fell for the okie doke or whatever, because after this is when he starts to kind of quote unquote court her a little bit, like take her out on a date, and they went to ride horses and all this stuff. Imagine she paying for all of this stuff. But while they riding horses, you can see like she telling him like, nah, I'm not trying to get serious, I'm not trying to entertain you or none of this like that, because pretty much I've been hurt. I don't trust men. So right off the bat, I'm thinking like he should have took that cue as, no, her dismissing him at the beginning was a cue to leave her alone. 2, her saying like she has these like crazy trust issues should have been a cue to leave her alone. But no, he wants to continue to egg it on. After he took her on, they went out on a date with the horses and stuff. He was kind of like, I don't know, I ain't messing with her. This too much. I'm guessing this is like how he was thinking, because she showed up at the club and he like totally dismissed her, was like, I ain't messing with you. If you ain't trying to be serious with me, then this ain't gonna work. Mind y'all, he do not want to be serious with her. He's just only saying this so that he can have sex with her or whatever. Mind you, at this point, he dismisses her. He sees her at the club with this other woman named Mia. They introduced Mia at the beginning of the movie with his mom and his sister, like, Mia's in town and all this stuff. So they never explicitly stated like where him and Mia's relationship, like what type of relationship they had. So it was kind of unclear to me watching it. But once you watch the movie and it unfolded a little more, it kind of makes sense. So I'm assuming that him and Mia grew up together. They was like childhood buddies and they always liked each other, but she knew who he was for real. He was like a playboy, won all the girls and all this stuff, and she went away to be in the Air Force. So they never got that chance. So now she coming back around. So he trying to, you know, like get Mia as well. But whole time, he really wants to be with Mia. But he trying to play this I'm the man role for his friends because they bet him to get Brandy. So the other dilemma in the story is he really wants to be with Mia, and he has to put down his player card and all of this stuff to be with her. So that's the other dilemma. So Brandy sees him with her at the club. So now she feeling some way. She feeling type of jealous and all this. So she invites him. She pages him to come to her crib. And then this is where he lied to her, telling he love her, all this other goofy stuff. He tells her he loved her, like he said that he wasn't going to do. So he had to tell her that he loves her so that he could get the draws. So he got the draws. While they are in the bed, she confesses to this man and tells him, I killed my husband because he was abusive. So I'm like, oh, dang, she killed him because he was abusive. Wow. Yeah, I would probably kill an abusive husband too, depending on like the type of abuse, like how abusive it is. So I'm kind of like, oh, dang. But sis, why would you tell him this in this moment in the bed? Like that was very awkward. Like he should have knew then and there at that point that something was not right with this woman. Like you're not picking up on these clues. You just too busy trying to be like, oh yeah, I want to bet y'all ain't got nothing on me. Woo woo woo. Boy, you don't see that this woman is crazy. She's giving you every sign to leave her alone. Leave her alone. What are you doing? He should have been tipped off, but he should have never messed with her no more after the fact that she said she had killed her husband because he was abusive. And one, she has a whole bunch of trauma that she clearly has not dealt with. Two, you killed them? Like what else? What else happened to the story? That was your first line of defense, to just automatically kill him? Like that sounds like crazy to me. So he wasn't picking up on none of these clues and all of this sort. He been kicking it with her all day. She like, take this limo, go out, enjoy yourself, come back, we can kick it or whatever. And he like, no, I don't think I'm gonna come back. She like, it's my birthday. So he like, yeah, if it's your birthday, I'm gonna come back. Whole time he never came back because he linked up with Mia and they had this like rekindling moment. He realized that she was the one he wanted to be with. So he stood Brandy up. Now, they show us him with Mia having a good time. And then they show Brandy, on the other hand, going crazy at the house, stabbing a birthday cake. Now, I'm like, that's a bit much. Because y'all had this interaction. Y'all did the hanky-panky. But you automatically stabbing a birthday cake because you mad that he didn't show up. Like, people get stood up all the time. Like, that seemed a little crazy. So the very next morning, he's still at Mia's house. The doorbell rings. He checked the door. Why is a birthday cake on a porch with a knife in it? First and foremost, crazy lady, how did you get her address? How did you know where he was to leave this birthday cake with the knife in it? Like, I just don't understand. Like, this is why I'm like, is this supposed to be serious or what? Like, I'm not getting it. So he get the birthday cake. He goes to Brandy's house to tell her like, yo, it's over, this not gonna work, we should just stay friends. And she kind of like dismissing it, like, yeah, we can be friends or whatever. So he leave the knife, like, oh, and this something you left. So he leave the knife. So he thinking the situation is over, they just gonna be friends, whatever. This man is getting like attacked by her now at this point. She almost ran him over with her car. She threw a brick through his window, arguing with his mama. The mama tell him to get a restraining order. He go to get the restraining order. She steals the tires off of his car so he can't like drive away. Like, this woman was going nuts. Not that she flat his tires. The tires were removed. Like, the whole thread of the wheel part was gone from the tires, bro. Like, this woman is freaking nutty. Like, huh? Who does that? And then the real kicker for me was, he showed up at her, after this stuff, he shows up at her house, cooking in his kitchen, burning bacon. And he like, yo, get out. What is you doing? I'm not messing with you. We ain't got nothing to do together. Mind you, his delivery was bogus as fuck. He was bogus for this whole movie. He was bogus. Like, he really called this on himself, but she's also, it's like a sociopath or something. But why are you in his house cooking breakfast, acting like y'all together when he just ain't that? Like, I don't get it. So after this, he like shoves her into the wall a little bit, and you put your hands on the wrong one. So this woman takes it upon herself to put a orange or a grapefruit in some stockings and beat herself black and blue, like break her arm almost with the door, goes to the hospital under Mia's name, had a hospital call and say Mia was in an accident. He gets down there and it's her. He like, what is you doing? Like, what? So I'm seeing her beat herself and lie and say he beat on her and all of this. So I'm starting to get the impression that like maybe she wasn't getting beat by her husband. And she made that up as her excuses for beating his ass. I mean, for killing him. Like, sis, were you really beat, or did you just crazy and you just killed this man because he did something to you that you didn't like? Like, now I'm questioning, like, was she really beat? So as the story unfolds, it comes down to it. She close to killing him. Mia and the friend come to try to save the day or whatever. It comes out that her ex-husband was cheating on her with a white woman. So that's why she killed him. And she was going to try to kill Darnell because he did her bogus. He tried to play her and all of that stuff. That's how the story unfolds. I'm not going to tell y'all exactly how the story ends because I already gave y'all too many details. This is a spoiler alert video. So I feel like this storyline, it's like a good plot, but it could have been executed better. Like they could have explained his backstory with Mia more. They could have incorporated Mia and Brandy together more to like build up the suspense, build up the tension to make this like, like, you know, like this woman was crazy, but I can't take it serious because I feel like they didn't have enough of a relationship for her to create these crazy tendencies. Like, she was just crazy to begin with. Like, I feel like it wasn't enough interaction or wasn't enough of him finessing her for her to be feeling this way about him, to be feeling this attached. Like, when she asked him, do you love me? They hadn't even been knowing each other enough for her to even believe that. Well, let me tell it. So that's why I'm like, am I supposed to be taking this serious? Is this a serious movie? I just wasn't sold on the storyline. But what I really did want to address with this movie was, I had seen on Facebook a while ago, they was like, now was she crazy or not? Or who was in the wrong? Was he in the wrong or was she in the wrong? Yes, he was definitely in the wrong because he should not have pursued this woman just to get in her pants. And when he seen that she wasn't interested, he went out of his way multiple times to try to finesse her into this. He even told her he loved her to get the draws, which he said he wouldn't do. So he did go way out of his way doing too much to mess with her. He should have left her alone, like she was trying to make him leave her alone. But he did not do enough stuff to her from what they showed us on the movie for her to have acted this crazy and this erratic to want to kill him and stabbing cakes and all that stuff. She was just crazy herself because one, she had already killed a man because he cheated on her and said that he beat her and all this stuff, and I can't even believe that. So he was wrong, but she was batshit crazy, and that's my opinion on it. Comment down below, who do y'all think was wrong, him or her? Or do you think she was crazy, or did she just react to what he had done to her? Comment that down below. Is she just crazy, or was she literally just reacting to what he had done to her? Comment that down below. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, y'all. If y'all want me to review more movies, videos, TV shows, I got them coming. I gotta watch the shows and watch the movies so I can give y'all my most honest opinion. So bear with me, but go ahead, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Talk to me, converse with me. Tell me you hated my opinion. Tell me you loved it. I want to hear it all. But that's it for today. She was crazy as hell.